Denise Boyd here, and today's Payday Your Way Friday episode is titled Discipline plus your business equals your payday. That's right, I'm back, and today it's all about how discipline plus your business equals your payday. So, whether you have a business right now or not, even if you are working, the principles that I'm going to teach you or tell you about today are the same principles that you can use whether you're working a regular job or whether you have your own business or if you're doing both. Now, honestly, discipline will be your friend, especially if you're doing both, because it will allow you to be able to do both without feeling too stressed out, which is what we need. So, the reason why a lot of people don't see the success that they wish they could see is because they lack discipline in their business. So self-discipline is important. If you have self-discipline, then it's easy to kind of add that discipline to your business. If you don't, it's a little bit more difficult, but you can still do it. So I can't really tell you what discipline should look like in your business, but I can tell you the basics of it, and I can tell you what it looks like in my personal business. So here we go. If you want to make sure that you are bringing in the kind of money that you think you should be having, or the projected income that you have pretty much decided that your business should have, then there's some things you have to do. First, you need to know what kind of business you have. So for example, is it a actual storefront? Is it something you do online, etc.? So think about that. That's very important. Why is that important? Because the type of discipline that you will need is a little different. Now, I'm going to be honest. If you are actually working in a brick and mortar type business, then the discipline is not as hard, because when you are working from home, it's super difficult because sometimes it's hard to separate work and home and to stay on a certain schedule or to stay disciplined, because sometimes it's so easy for me, especially since I work from home. It's super easy for me to go and do something else, instead of doing what I decided that I was going to do at that time. Okay? So the very next thing, after you determine which one of those you have, you need to determine the different ways that you actually earn your income, because you're going to have to discipline yourself based on the ways that you make money. For example, do you make money, for me, for example, for creating content for YouTube or wherever you create content, for creating courses? Are you coaching, consulting? Are you creating shirts, selling merch? Like, what are you doing? How are you making money? Are you doing affiliate marketing? Any of that, okay? So whatever you're doing, you need to know what you're doing so that you'll know how to discipline yourself. So me, for example, I actually like to have a schedule. A lot of people think that scheduling is whack. It's not anything that's really going to help you, but scheduling really does keep me where I need to be, because if I see my schedule, then I know that, this is what I need to do right now. I don't have to second guess anything, and that's really good for me since I'm working from home. If you are working in a brick and mortar or a regular job, they've already given you your schedule, your discipline for how your days are going to go. But when you're working for yourself, it's a little bit different, okay? So working from home or brick and mortar, if you're working for yourself, then that means you make your own schedule. So you literally have to discipline yourself so that you can have discipline in your business. And that is important, because if you are working for your business, you are the owner of your business. That means you are going to have to be a part of the discipline that is there in your business. So keep that in mind. All right. So once you think about that, the next thing that I do is, with my schedule, I decide when I'm going to do what. For example, the different ways that I earn money, of course, like I said before, is via the content I create, like the stuff on my blog. the emails I send, and the video, like the one you're watching right now. So I get paid on this content, and I'm creating courses right now and all that good stuff. So that is like super fun. Like all of those things are things I do. But on top of that, because I am doing those things, I also have to make sure I throw in some learning time, because if I don't learn, I don't grow, right? If we don't learn, we don't grow. So all of those things I schedule in. So I schedule in different times to create content. For example, I create my Monday content on Sundays and my Friday content on Thursdays. And sometimes I do them together. Like it depends. Like if I can get ahead, I'll get ahead. But if not, I make sure I have it set up so that I don't skip a beat. And you can do that too. All right, so I do that. I schedule my things based on when they need to go out and when it needs to be done. The next thing I like to schedule besides that and the lessons, I like to schedule time, honestly, time for me to kind of get a break. That is actually a big part of discipline to me, because if I sit and work all day, then I'm not leaving time for me. And it's hard to function if you're not feeling like yourself, right? Hence the reason why you all see this. So don't worry. I like to be transparent. It's nothing bad. They're just monitoring my heart because of some issues I was having. But I promise all is well. Do not worry. All is well. I just like to be transparent with you all, because transparency is everything. And that's something that I disciplined myself about doing too, because there was a time when I didn't want to tell everybody about things that were going on in my life. Because, when you look at other people, it's like their life is perfect, but that's not a such thing. So sometimes I have to remind myself to just be me and be open with you all, because I noticed that the people that I watch the most, the people that I invest in, are the people who are open and honest with me. At least that's what I feel from them, right? So I want to make sure I'm transparent. And I will definitely suggest that you discipline yourself to be transparent too. So I always make sure that when I am giving you all content, or when I'm creating content, that I'm very transparent, because to me, like I said before, that's important. So what I want to do for you all is I'm going to give you all a downloadable. All you have to do, if you're watching this from my blog, then great, you can click on the downloadable link below. But if you are watching this on YouTube, you can find the link to my blog in the description. Click on it and it should take you to this page, and then you can find this. You can find the download and go ahead and click it. And this is one of my favorite things. And the reason it's my favorite is because it's something that I actually have used. I use it along with another, resource. So the resource that I use is a book. No, it's a book, but I also use the paper. It just depends. The only reason I'm using the book now is because the book is actually what I would have created for myself, if that makes sense. So it's based off what I did create for myself, but it's already in book form, and I was able to find it right on Amazon. So what I'm going to create, or what I have created for you all, is a daily planner. You can print these out, print out as many as you need, and they're free. They're free for you. I'm creating this just for you. You can print them out, and it has some very important things. So another thing that I did not say is the things to do. So make sure that you map out your things to do. Be very specific. Make sure that you have your priorities mapped out. So I make sure that I have the things that are top priority. This is something that has to be done. And what I like to do also is have reminders. So if there's something I forgot to do another day, I can put a reminder on there for the next day to make sure I do that, or just remind myself of something that needs to be done that's not necessarily maybe a priority. And any kind of notes, and a focus. Like, do you have a focus? So every week I actually have a focus. And this week, of course, my focus is on discipline, because all things discipline is what's needed to have a happy life and a successful business and successful life, of course. So the next thing, I actually love to make sure that I break everything down. So morning tasks, afternoon task, evening task, night, however you want to say it. And then something else that's really good for me is a daily journal. So since I create content, actually having a journal is good for me because I get a lot of my insight, or a lot of the things that I give you every week actually comes from the lessons or the courses I take, all those things. And so I take notes, or sometimes it just comes to me like intuition, the Holy Spirit. It just comes to me and I write it down. I literally just write it down. And when I write it down, what happens is I get to go back to it later, and I can use that to make sure that I give you all the insight that I have. So please note that I am always making sure that I am learning and implementing what I learned, so that when I come to you and talk about these are things that I have done, so you don't have to worry. Now, if I say something that doesn't work for you, that's fine. Just use what you can use, right? So take the meat, leave the bones. And the last part of this planner that I created for you, or scheduler, has an actual weekly plan. So you can break it down by weeks, and then you can break it down into days. And then you can have a journal that you can just print one of, or you can print several. But when you see it, then you can just decide what you need. So the very last thing that I think is very important is the fact that I have a goal section, 3 top goals. So what are your goals for the week? 3 top goals. Make sure though, when you create goals, that your goals are attainable. If they are not attainable for that week, you know what? Let me take that back. Because sometimes, I'm a witness of this, sometimes in the past, I have had goals that I thought were unattainable. So you may not even think they're attainable. So honestly, whatever goal you choose could be attainable. Just make sure that you're willing to do the work, put the work in that makes them attainable for you. Because a lot of the gurus in the past, and that's where it's coming from, a lot of the gurus have said, make sure you create goals that are attainable. Make attainable goals. Well, heck, we don't even know what we can do because we haven't even tested ourselves like that, right? So you can do this. So think of the goals that you would like to reach in your business in a week. And I'm not going to even tell you to make them realistic, because who knows, something, favor could fall upon you, right? But as long as you put in what you need to put in to get that done, you can do it. So definitely make goals. Like, for example, one of my goals was to create a course teaching moms how to help their kids get started with YouTube. Simple. I've talked about this before. Simple, but not simple actually, because it's a little more. I believe that a little more goes into getting your child ready for a YouTube channel, because first off, they're kids, and second of all, you will have to help them get that done. And this is actually something that I love doing. My daughter loves doing, so it's not so bad, but it's still, I'm not gonna say it's super easy, but it's still something that we have to kind of figure out our way with every day, because things change, ideas change, attitudes, behaviors change. So I have to base things on, how things are that day, or that time, that hour, whatever it is. Okay. So make sure that you choose goals that will actually relate to, first off, you, because you, my friend, are your business. You are your business. So make sure that this relates to you, whatever the goals are, and make sure that they relate to your business. So look, don't forget that I have this free resource for you with this. And don't forget, if you're already on my blog, it's right below this video. And if you're on YouTube, look in the description below this video and you'll find this exact blog post link, so that you can find this freebie. In the meantime, if you have not subscribed, please do so, because look, I'm doing this for you all. And when you give me a like or you subscribe, it lets me know that I'm giving you all value. So if I'm giving you value, please subscribe, give me a like, and don't forget to click the bell. The bell icon will notify you when I make my posts. And don't forget, I always make a post on Monday and Friday. Motivational Mondays, dealing with your mindset, and Payday Friday, your way, helping you get paid. Because I believe that if your mindset isn't right, your paycheck will never be right. And now when I say mindset, I'm not just talking about your mind, how you think. I'm also talking about your heart, the way you see yourself and all those things, because all of those things play a factor into how you, my friend, actually make money or not. All right. Thanks so much for watching. And as I always say, stay peaceful, positive, and productive. I'll see you next time.